So yeah, and there'll be a microphone passed around. So, who would like to kick us off? Steve?
Hi, John, you all right? Hi.
Obviously, this is the second time that you've come here. How beneficial is that to learn from the experience that you had last November?
It depends. Obviously, it's beneficial for both sides. I don't think either has changed our style too much. The game was obviously tight here before, but Club Brugge deserve to win, so we know we have to be at our best to get a result. We need to play a lot better than the last time we played here. And they've been very, very strong at home in the competition, so we know we need to be at our best to put in a good performance and get a result. We analysed that game this morning, so we know the parts of that game where we were poor, where we done things well, so we're well set for tomorrow and look forward to it.
Of course, the last time that you came here, you didn't have the likes of Marco Asensio and Marcus Rashford in your Champions League squad. Just how impressed have you been with the start that they've made at Aston Villa?
Yeah, massively impressed. Obviously, they come with a huge reputation, but they fitted in nicely. Both really good guys, hungry to succeed, work hard, and that's all you want as a teammate. So there's no big egos. Well, we've not seen that yet. If there is, they've both fitted in really well. Mark obviously got a couple of goals at the weekend, and hoping one falls to Marcus's feet tomorrow to get him off the mark. But obviously, two brilliant players, and delighted that they're here.
Max?
Hello, John. We routinely sit here and hear Unai say things like, we're not contenders. We've heard him say it probably for the last 2 years, to be perfectly honest with you. But the club's now obviously within touching distance of qualifying again for the Champions League if you have a great finish to the season. You're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup and you're in the last 16 of the Champions League. When do you think you might start being considered as contenders, or do you think you are and there's a bit of mind games going on here?
I think he cleared that up a little bit. He didn't mean it. I think he means when he says that, not favourites. So he kind of cleared that up to us at the weekend before the FA Cup game. He meant not favourites. Of course, we're in the competitions. We are contenders to win every competition we're in. Others were more fancied than, well, in certain competitions were more fancied than in others, but he cleared that up at the weekend. He meant not favourites, but of course, being in the competition, we are contenders, and going towards the end of the season, it's brilliant that we've got so much to look forward to. We've got an opportunity to make some history, but a long way to go in each competition. And I think the exciting thing for us is we know we've not hit top form yet. We've still got a lot more to give. There's been a big inconsistency about us this season, so hopefully towards the end of the season it will start to click more consistently, and we can do something special.
Why do you think Unai thought it was necessary to clear it up for you? Do you think a few of you might have been taking it to heart that you weren't contenders? Or?
No. I think he just wanted to clear it up just in case anyone thought it was he was sending the wrong message, that he wasn't ambitious or anything like that. So he's cleared that up now. He might amend his statement after he cleared that up, but it means pretty much the same thing anyway. So we don't listen to too much to what the manager has to say in press conferences, because we know we might say things that we regret. So like I said, we're probably not favourites, but we are contenders.
I mean, just lastly from me, do you see yourselves more as dark horses? Is that probably a fairer description?
Maybe, I don't know. That's for you to judge. We've got a very difficult tie over 2 legs here, and our full focus is on that. Got a little bit of sporting revenge, obviously, tomorrow night, and hopefully we can do that.
Brosy, what cliche would you like to come out with?
Hi, John. How are you doing? Good. Your away record has been poor this season. How frustrating is that, and why do you think that is? Are you sometimes too ambitious away from home? Do you need to tighten up a bit? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, we're aware of it. It's not something we're ignoring. We obviously know going away, it's very difficult no matter where you go, whether that's locally in the Premier League or obviously in Europe. We've obviously had some good results this season, Leipzig, amongst a couple others. However, we've been far too inconsistent, far too easy to play against, far too easy to score against. So we're aware of those things, but luckily we've got the opportunity now to change it. We can't change the results of the season already. So we've got the chance to be tougher to beat. We need to win more duels, need to be harder and stronger in the tackle, and that's certainly something we need to do. We need to start with a clean sheet and try and nick a goal for a counter-attack, and something that we were very strong doing last season, both domestically and in Europe. We were very good in the break, very tough to break down, and we know what's needed to get back to that.
Just secondly, the arrival of likes of Marco and Marcus has pushed you back a bit. How do you feel about dropping back, and which do you prefer? Do you prefer like international football? You play a bit higher up. What do you prefer?
I have no preference. The manager knows this. I think he appreciates it, but probably similar to Yuri. Both of us have been used higher up in different positions, both happy to help the team. Obviously, there's a lot more injuries in the central area than what we would have liked, and it's a position I know pretty well. I've played it the majority of my career, and thankfully it shows I'm versatile. But most importantly, I would play anywhere on the pitch. I don't really care. Happy to help the team. Feel as if I'm an unselfish player, the same as many in the team. So I don't genuinely have a preference, just as long as it's in the middle of the park and not on the sideline.
Go Matt first, then Tom to you. So Matt in the front.
Hello, John. What you mentioned inconsistency quite a lot. Why do you think the inconsistency has been there?
Don't know. Obviously, you can use all the excuses, the injuries, the amount of games in a short space of time. But last season, we adopted a no excuse mentality. The manager didn't allow us to do so. So it's on us as players, really, not hitting the same levels of last season. Obviously, competing in the elite competition in Europe certainly has maybe taken its toll on performances domestically. I don't know, but we'll be doing everything to put it right. We know we've got it in us to put a run together. We've proven it over the last few seasons that we can get a run, bit of momentum. We're excited to get some players back in the squad, back in training, and there's a little bit more of a spark and a buzz with the competition for places that's coming up. The squad's going to get healthier towards the end of the season, and from there we've got no excuses.
John, when he spoke on Thursday even, the manager suggested maybe that when you'd been winning a lot of games, maybe there was a slight dip in mentality. He used the word invincible. Sometimes when you're winning, you can feel yourselves invincible, but football's difficult. Is that something you've detected? And if so, how do you reverse it?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just games could swing either way. For example, at Palace, we actually started the game pretty well. The goal actually was offside. We should do better before it. And then after it, we don't react well enough. I don't think mentally, though, the things in games have been affecting us too much. I don't think we're short of confidence. I just don't think we've clicked into top form yet. There's been a lot of disruption to the starting 11. Some new faces. The manager will probably touch on it and has touched on it before. He changed a lot more in January than what he normally does. So things like that take time. I know we don't have time, but hopefully towards the end of the season we start to gel a lot sooner than what we have been.
Hi, Unai. Could you start us off with team news if you can? Just any updates on anybody?
Good evening. They are not Onana and Barkley. They are not available. They are not Andres Garcia and Donald Malen because they are not in the list. Jamal as well, he is not in the list. And another player, they are in the squad. They are coming back after injured. Pau Torres in the squad. Tyrone Mings after he wasn't on Friday. Matty Cash. and Camara. Camara, he was on Friday, but he's today or for tomorrow. On Friday he was in the bench, and for tomorrow could start playing as well minutes.
And just one more from me. In terms of learning the experience of when you were here last time in November, how much of a benefit is that for you this time around?
Always we are trying to analyze and to get information about each match we are playing with the players, about the difficulties we are facing. And Brugge, they show us why they are now here. When they beat us, they perform very well, and they deserve to win us in that moment. Of course, we are progressing. We are doing very good way in Champions League. We lost here, but even losing here, we got to be in the top 8. Just we achieved it in front Atalanta, and they were out in the top 8, and they were playing together, Atalanta and Brugge played fantastic 2 matches against Atalanta. They deserved to beat them. And now, for us, it's a very important match and round against Brugge. But we know their capacity, their potential. I know how competitive they are and how the confidence they can have, how they are doing this way in Champions League. And when we are analyzing them, we can watch them playing confidence, feeling strong, and it's a really good challenge for us to try to play against one team. They beat us, and to play against one team. They have experiences in Europe. They have experienced players as well, and it's a excited moment for the season to play in Champions League this round with Brugge and try to enjoy the way like we are doing.
Hi, Unai. Do you think that you can win the Champions League this season?
Sorry?
Do you think you can win the Champions League this season?
I am not thinking in it. I am focusing each match, each moment. And to win is the consequences. It's not the end, it's the consequences. And it's the process. And always I am building the process in my past and now, and I like to focus the process. If you are thinking there, you are losing the way, and maybe you are not getting there. It's better to get here and to go there.
Unai, do you think with all the players coming back, and obviously Marco and Marcus and other players getting match minutes under their belts, that you're in a really good place to finish the season strongly? Do you think the best is yet to come from Aston Villa this season?
We will see. We will see it. It's a challenge. Of course, always we are trying to improve the team, the squad, add different qualities of the players. We added players with experiences in Europe and in this competition. And usually they are players, if they are playing in the highest level, they will help us a lot, but we will see it. Of course, the process they are doing, progressive adapting of us is going well. Is as well getting better how we want to try to use them in our structure, defensively, offensively, because football is collectively. And then how we can help each player to play comfortably in our structure and to help us. But we are not going to get our objective through only individual players, individual skills. We are going to get our objective collectively, building our structure as strong as possible, and then with our structure, individual players, they can use and they can exploit their skills. And this is the challenge we have. Of course, it's my challenge, it's the club challenge, it's the players' challenge, and each one, they have their objective as well. And hopefully we can share together, getting in this process and in the next 3 months, our objective collectively, and then as well we can help individually the players to get their objective as well.
I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked John. For a couple of years now, well, I think we're all, appreciative of the work you've done with Villa. But you've said consistently, we're not contenders, we're not contenders, we're not contenders. A good week in the Premier League and you'll be near fourth. You're in the last 16 of the Champions League. You're in the last 8 of the FA Cup. When are you going to be contenders? When will you be contenders? Now, when you win this tie? When you get through to the semi-finals? Or when will that be?
It's not time. It's not time to think about it. It's time to focus this match. Because it depends tomorrow how we will do our next matches, the second leg. And it's not time to think about if we are better, we are worse, if we can get there or not. Now is the moment to practice playing each match 100% in our concentration and in our target as well. The target is tomorrow, 90 minutes. And we are getting tomorrow our target, try to win, try to be consistent defensively, try to dominate the match and impose our game plan, try to stop their tactical idea or their tactical game plan or individual skills. And of course, we knew when we played against them before about them, but now we know them better even than the last match we played here. And now we can understand why they are being successful this year in Champions League, because they are performing very well and they are competing very well. And this is the challenge we have. And to beat them, of course, is going to be a really difficult 2 matches facing against them. And focusing only tomorrow and trying to be concentrated and organized 90 minutes individually and collectively, and then to play football.
Unai, you've had a great deal of success as a coach in European football. You've won 4 trophies and gone to the later stages of competitions before. Why do you think European competition brings out your qualities as a coach so much?
Every experience I had before is being very important, but the most important experience I can have now is with Aston Villa. And it's a new way, because my experiences can help a little bit, but not really relevant. Relevant is how we can compete now with our structure, with our players, with our capacity as a team and as a players. And then is try to build a strong structure in the club, a strong structure in the squad, and a strong structure on the field, with 11 players playing tactically like we want and like we think we can be stronger and we can play against every teams in Europe. And the experiences we can have is only to try to get balance and to play, trying to manage our emotion as well. Because now, of course, tomorrow is a key moment for the season, tomorrow and the second leg in this competition. And we have to try to play being responsible, being mature, and emotionally being strong as well.
Unai, what do you think is the single most important thing that you do differently this time to the last time you were here?
We have information about them, we have information about us. We play here in November, and we are now in March. Of course, in the process we are doing, hopefully we can get better now. But to compete is one thing you have to do every match as you are playing. And we analyze the match we play here. They play fantastic football, but we didn't compete like usually I want to do. And of course, to be consistent competing is the most important. And to try to be focused and to get our objective collectively through our individual players and getting of them the best in their mentality, in their individual skills, in their combination on the field, in our tactical idea, defensive and offensively, is the key. And when we play here, we wouldn't compete like we weren't competing like I want to do. And of course, the players, they know, and we analyze why we didn't compete in that moment like hopefully we can do tomorrow. Firstly is, of course, knowing them better and trying to compete, stopping them collectively, the game plan, individually, and then trying to get the best of us in our structure, in our game plan, in our structure as well, feeling comfortable each player in their position, and then play football is the next step tomorrow. Play football and try to do all our best as well, being motivated, being excited, getting balanced emotionally, and playing as well, hopefully good football.
Marco Asensio has obviously got a lot of experience in this competition. How key is that going to be for you, not just tomorrow, but for the return leg as well? How much can he help?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge for us, a challenge for him. We are going to see tomorrow as well how we can compete with the new players we have, how they are adapting quick in our structure tactically, because tomorrow we will need the defense to be strong. And we will need tomorrow as well, when we are with the ball, try to keep strong, dominating the match like usually we want to do. But our challenge, of course, is through the players we have, Asensio, Rashford, and other players we have, and playing away. Our result, I think the last 2 matches we played away, we lost 9. And we won 3. Of course, it's not very good result we achieved. But getting balance, we are feeling very strong at home. We played 23 matches and we lost 2 only in this season. And we lost in the Premier League against Arsenal in August, and we lost against Crystal Palace in Carabao Cup. Of course, we are feeling strong and we are feeling consistent at home, but we are not feeling consistent away. And in this competition, we won Young Boys, we lost Brugge, we won Leipzig, and we lost Monaco, 2-2. It's a good balance, enough balance for the competition. Yes, of course, because we got to be in the top 8. But tomorrow we have to do something better away, and we have to compete better than we did, and we have to be stronger in our consistency than we did before here in Brugge and as well in Monaco. And hopefully we can feel tomorrow strong as well and comfortable playing, trying to face them with our capacity.